donate to a place in Lexington that's like a nonprofit Lexington art thing, which is a group that puts on one of the art shows that I do, and the benefit is it's like a discounted booth membership if you are already like a Lexington Art League member.
Yeah.
You donate to them. So like I donate $3 a month to them, and it's one of those where like finding the way of canceling that versus like, am I a dick because I'm not wanting to pay $3 a month?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just keep paying.
Yeah, because I was like, financially, I'm saving money by just being a member.
Right, but also you shouldn't even be thinking about that because like art is so important nowadays.
Yeah. So
this is me telling you you're a dick if you
kept it going,
supporting them.
Well, I initially did it because of the discounted booth fee because I was like,
I know you did, but now you're stuck.
Well, and then I was like, well, I had a really good show, like it's fine, I can still keep donating to them.
My God, Ryan.
And then they had COVID and didn't have the event, so I was like, I'm still gonna donate.
Those tater tots were so fucking good. I should stop buying tater tots, but they're so fucking good.
Are they frozen tater tots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just the old Leda or whatever. But they're the mini tater tots.
Oh. The ones that were frozen are nice because they're discs.
I like the disc ones, but I think I like the mini ones better. Yeah, I think I like the mini ones better. And putting them in the air fryer gets them super fucking crispy.
Ooh.
So it's like, that's where it's at.
So when they're mini, like, are they the size of?
They're like half. They're like half the size of a regular tater tot when they're mini.
Okay.
They're like the perfect size.
They're crispier that way too, like because regular they're a little bit denser.
Yeah, I don't really buy regular tater tots anymore. I either buy the discs or I buy the minis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The discs were nice in the toaster oven.
Yeah, and the toaster oven, if you do it 50 degrees higher than what the package calls for, and then sprinkle a little bit of cayenne pepper on them.
Ooh.
That's what you need to do.
Bacon seasoning on it. That would be
yeah. That's what you need to do. Because, like, just leave them in there for as long as possible. But you gotta up it. Because your toaster oven's not convection, right?
Well, you can turn it on convection. I usually, if I'm cooking anything like a pizza or anything that like needs to be in a regular oven, I just turn it on convection in the toaster oven.
Yeah, so if you turn it on convection, and then maybe 25 degrees higher, that's how you should be doing it.
I think I usually always just crank that bad boy up to 450, like as high as it goes.
Yeah, as high as it goes.
When I'm cooking on like anything in there.
Yeah. You didn't do any notes for this? I didn't see anything.
Did you? No, I did not.
Okay, wow, that sounds so much better.
Does it?
Yeah.
Like flipping a switch.
What did you do? You turned the mic on?
No, I leave the mic unplugged the whole time, and then I just plug it in right when we're about to. Because my ears get really hot from the headphones. Like my ears are already red. I can tell that they're already kind of warm. All right, so we're already recording on here, but so we got the two lined up. I think we're good. Are we gonna try to hit the wholesale thing maybe as well, or sorry, we're doing this studio assistant thing.
Yeah.
Forgot. Okay. Do you want to try the new segment today?
Sure. You have to introduce it and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything? Are we
going to do a listener question too?
I was wondering, do you have anything from the reviews that or the survey you wanted to read? I looked at it a couple days ago. We have 47 on there. I think we got something in the last couple weeks maybe, but
hold on. Have we gotten a new review at all? Do I need to get on these people?
No, I don't know what's going on. Like the last one was like at the end of January. I'm like, is something broken? Because we haven't got anything for 3 months. I mean, I haven't checked in probably a week, but
no, we still haven't.
Nothing?
No.
Come on, people.
Should we incentivize a sticker?
Our favorite one. Put your Instagram name in there.
No, you just say if you give us a review on the interwebs, we will send you a fucking sticker. I will send you any sticker. I'll send you a random
sticker. And it could
a
be
random
your 5
pottery
lines.
Sticker.
Your 5 lines one, or it could be a wheel talk one. It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. Let's do that.
Do you have some of the smaller ones too?
They just have to prove it by screenshotting it and sending it to us with their address. Yeah, well, obviously those are free.
Yeah, so just give them one of those and a cool one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because why the fuck not?
Might as well. Gotta give people incentives, or else they're not gonna do it.
I know. I wonder if those people that. Probably not.
Or if the people what?
Those Eva Lee.
January 6th. That was the last one we got. I was seriously thinking it was broken for a period because I'm like, come on, it's already April. What's going on here? Did we max out all of our regular listeners? Got to be some new people.
Yeah. Oh.
I could probably find a short listener question too.
I'll find a short listener question.
Okay, cool.
I'm really mad because I pinned. Never mind. Okay.
I pinned.
We'll just do the top listener question. Or what's the oldest one? Ooh, I like the refiring one. We'll do that one.
That one actually was from me. I just put that in there.
Oh.
The oldest one are going to be at the very top, I believe. Well, okay. No, not necessarily.
Oh, I'll do the passionate arts and crafts one, the bubble. I was actually reading that one today. How do you any advice on stopping the air bubble pop of glaze when you're dipping?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good technique one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we talk so much about business. It's like, do we even talk about technique?
No. But
well, I mean, really, some of the technique is very...
They don't need to know technique from us. That's not something they need.
You don't think so? You don't think you have enough wheel throwing technique that talking about production and stuff is beneficial to people?
No, I do. I know that they really benefited from that one, but I was just saying that, like, you can get that from everybody, you know?
True.
We're the only ones talking about what we're talking about.
And what are we talking about?
I don't know.
All right.
Should we start?
Do you want to start here? People that are going to get this on Patreon are going to love it.
Yeah, but also we should allude to the fact that we're going to get a Patreon today.
I'll let you allude to that.
Okay, well.
I'm trying to see if I can even remember everything that we talked about that we're going to talk about today.
Okay, let's start on the minute.
All right. I did not test it, but I believe it should be good.
Oh, shit. Okay, there we go.
Hopefully our times are still in sync.
Did you click it?
I did.
I hope our times are still in sync, too.
Lick it or ticket.
Lick it or ticket, man. Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Becca.
I feel like I'm frustrated because my test was a lot louder than what I'm talking about right now on the GarageBand thingy. Anyway, moving on. Hi, how are you?
Hi, happy Wednesday. Good.
Happy post-birthday.
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday, and you put together such a sweet video.
Did you cry?
No. Honestly. Okay, so the thing is with these like things that get put together, I'll usually, like, if it's important enough, I'll typically glance at it. Like if it's an important email that really needs my attention, or like the video, like I'm not gonna watch that when I first wake up right next to Rachel because it's 4 minutes, right?
Right, it was 4 minutes.
So all I did was read the description, teared up a little bit, and then went on, got a shower, and then I was like, okay, let me. So yes, I did tear up a little bit just reading the description, which is just from you. So
Yeah. Well, I know that you're a sensitive human being, which not a lot of people are aware of, but
I've
yeah.
been getting like more that way in the last couple years, I guess.
Maybe you're pregnant.
No. No. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's probably just, I don't know. It's also some of it just like we talk weekly, right? So
Yeah.
some of this like talking at length about some topic or just about things off the top of my head that could get emotional, or it could not, or it could just be it, like some of the ones where we're talking about like Q&As and we talk about like old childhood things or like family things or parental things, like those kind of are the ones that kind of get me choked up a little bit. So
yeah. Well, I think that it's just natural to, as the older you get, the more emotional you become, just about memories and things. I think that's natural.
yeah.
Yeah.
Birthday yesterday. The video was great. It was
What'd
like
you do?
I'm not. Yeah, I was liking all the different people. I was like, ooh, who's next? Because I was like, there's 4 minutes here. I mean, you could fit a lot of people in that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great to hear all of you all that contributed to that, especially hearing a couple of you from the podcast that I actually hadn't seen before. So you see their face and you're like, who is this? And then I'm like, I hope they tell me who they are. And they did. So we got Aletha on there and we had Perch Pottery on there, as well as a bunch of other people. So
yeah,
those were the two kind of surprise ones that I wasn't expecting.
I reached out to some of the people that, well, and Liz Cohan too. You'd seen her face because of Instagram, but I reached out to a lot of the people, or a few of the people that asked the most questions. So, because it's kind of like, well, I mean, I feel like we have like this podcast family,
Yeah.
So
plus they like said something about the cat and like tiki drinks. So like they know me. They know me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the birthday yesterday, I just kind of chilled a little bit. Rachel and I went out to dinner. I rarely eat steak, so I like set a reservation. We went to like a steakhouse.
Nice.
It's kind of like J. Alexander is what it's called. It's sort of like a mid-range steakhouse.
Nice.
So I was like, hey,
how do you like your steak?
Medium.
Okay.
And
don't judge him too harshly, you guys.
And we had fries and Cajun seasoning. We even got some wine.
Those fries look delicious.
Oh, they were good. They were like shoestring.
Yeah, shoestring fries. They looked really good.
Yeah. It was tasty.
Did Rachel go to her party thing?
She did.
Yeah, okay.
So that was earlier in the day. That was like, she was there from 2 to 5, maybe.
Oh, that's not
6, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. And then over the weekend, we were in Louisville, and you came and visited. So you got to meet my nephews, which was I'm sure that was a fun time, and had the family there, my parents and Rachel's parents, and we had kind of a happy birthday for me over the weekend. So that was pretty fun.
And for those of you who don't know, I'm not a fan of children, but Ryan's nephews are actually really sweet, and they are not too annoying, and they're pretty rad. I like them. Yeah. They're good on my book.
Yeah. Was that overwhelming being around?
No.
Because that was so many. I'm just talking about in general, being around that many people over a period of time.
Oh, at one point, I don't know if you noticed, but at one point I escaped.
I mean, you did, yeah. I was like, give her some time.
Yeah. At one point, like after dinner, I was like, well, first of all, I was so freaking full, and then your mom was like, here, have an ice cream cake, and I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
They're not shy about giving you food. They're very giving with the food and the can I get you a drink? Can I get you something? You want a shot?
Yeah. The last time I went to Ryan's mom's house, they fucked me up so bad. They shot 15, I swear it was 15 shots of different alcohol. And then
it was not 15.
It was so much.
It was 4.
It was not. I do not get drunk off of 4 shots of alcohol, Ryan. I am way more weight than you are. And
And I did not partake in the shot that you all had of the
I had eaten dinner, so it had to have
fruit
been at
waffle
least
shot.
7 shots. It had to have been. Like, in college, I had 14 shots of whiskey, and I remember the whole thing. At your house, I barely remember drinking the pickle juice.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, moving on.
I've just learned, you just got to learn to say no. When my mom asks if you want something, you just got to say no. Just commit to it.
Just no.
That's like, she'll be like, do you want a shot? Do you want to join? I'm like, no, I don't.
No. I love your parents. You're 30, by the way. Everybody's probably
Yes, I turned 30.
He is 30. Dirty 30.
Never heard dirty 30 until I saw that in a message or a comment or something.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So how was your day and weekend and last couple days?
Good. Good. My dinner tonight was great.
Yeah, you were finishing it up before we started.
I feel like I might have eaten it too fast. For all these you wondering, because I know you want to know, I had chili dog tater tots. So I had chili with a hot dog and cheese and tater tots, and it was great.
On a bed of tater tots?
On a bed of tater tots.
Yeah, that's so
and good. I don't normally eat that way. I don't normally eat like really bad for you food, but here we are. Anyway, it's been good the last couple of days. And I feel like nothing really exciting has happened except for going to your mom's house. Yeah, just work. Yeah. Oh,
were you in there late on Sunday when you got back?
Yeah, I mean, I probably left at like 8. I got back at about 3 and then threw about 100. Oh, I know what I can say. I threw about 100 crumbles. And so Joe from Old Forge Creations in England, he traditionally throws with a laser level that's like a square, like a cross-section laser level. And I, I've been using the pointer gauge for a while, and it's good, but I've been frustrated for a while because it's like, it's right in the way, it's too tall, and the way that I have to put my pieces up on boards, it just gets in the way, and then I always knock it. And then when you're making larger stuff, it's super not accurate because it's farther away from you, so you don't know. And so I finally buckled down and bought this $30 cross level, and it's fucking amazing. It's so great. Seriously.
Because you were having trouble figuring out where to place it in relation to your body, so that you weren't blocking it, but you also could get a good reading and.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I figured out that putting it at 2 o'clock is best. Yeah, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is probably best in front of you on the wheel. And me and Rebecca figured out a spot where we could put it on a tripod a little bit off from my wheel and then still have my board and still have my water bucket so it doesn't get blocked. And because it
seems like your water bucket would block that at 2 o'clock.
Right. So but I have a pretty large table, so it worked out. But yeah, it's been good. And things have been a lot more accurate, and it's been quite helpful. And the fact that I can lift up my bats without worrying about dinging it, dinging the edge of the rim on the pointer is really nice. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I did was I had a restock today, and I packed up 10 boxes, I think. So that was nice. Hopefully I get some more.
Good.
I'm not to the sell it out phase, but
not everybody's at the sell it out
getting
phase.
better. Some people perceive that you're at a certain level of followers and stuff, that they're just you're just killing it. But it's not realistic that everybody, you can expect that bar. And there's people that have like 1,000 followers that sell it every time. But that's also could be the only way that they sell is online. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like you have a different product than a lot of people, you know?
I have basic bitch pots.
Yeah, you do. And it's fine that that's the way it is and that's the way it is. And like, you know,
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when your mom was like, "Why weren't you two on the imposter show?" And I was like, "'Cause our pottery's boring. Like, it's fine."
Yeah, the Imposter Cup show, I think.
Yeah, that Isaac put on, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was
Pretty sweet. Uh, yeah. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, I will tell you this. This year, because we talked about your taxes last year, this year, or last week, I just got my numbers back from my accountant. I turned in my taxes way, way long ago, but they're very busy. So they just got them to me. And I made more during COVID because of unemployment than I've ever made in like the last 6 years. And so I owe a bunch of money.
So
But
wait,
I knew
but
I
you
knew I was
made
gonna.
are you talking about actual making money or the
Yeah.
like the money that the government gave you?
The money that the government gave me from unemployment because I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
making any. So what
And that's
happened?
separate from your loan, right? That you paid back when you
Right,
closed.
right, right. Yeah, that's different.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened was Washington. This was a really huge point of morality for me, like a moral. I think we talked about it when it happened, like a moral conundrum for me, because Washington and well, everybody actually um, provided unemployment to people that their
Were
businesses
impacted
were
by
impacted. And
yeah.
I was like, I'm doing fine, it's fine, I have enough savings, to get through this. And all of my friends were like, no, 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 Becca, you need to do this, like you need to cash in on unemployment. And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, was your business impacted? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess. Well, And
Because
they're
you
like,
couldn't
yeah,
have classes. That was
yeah.
probably the main impact, right?
I
No
couldn't have
classes and
classes. My
no
retail store closed. Like I
you couldn't
couldn't
go to
have paint your own
Leavenworth.
pottery. Like I was still selling online, but not really. And at that, it just got to this point. And so anyway, I ended up making a lot of money from unemployment, a lot more than I thought was ever even possible. Like I feel like I was one of those people that the conservatives are like, "Oh, you don't need unemployment." But like I made more money on unemployment than I've made in the last 6 years over like in a month. But the thing about it is that the amount of money that I was making, nobody normally would be able to live off of that. Just because I live so cheaply, I was making like
Yeah.
I was making like $238 a week. And I was like, man, I'm doing great. I'm
So
like,
it's
I'm
not
making this.
necessarily a knock on the government giving you too much money. It was you live way below your means and you don't make like much money at all. So the low bar of the unemployment was like it was way more for you.
Yeah, like at the beginning, they were giving like 600 extra dollars on top of the 238. And that was like, I was like not comfortable with that. I was like, this is so much money. I can't handle this. Like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And because that's
That's
like,
I mean that's three times what you normally would have. So
yeah, I would normally live off of maybe $1,000 a month of profit, and then having $800 a week. I was like, whoa. and
yeah.
and I ended up, and it was just like a lot. And then, but what the thing about it is that I intentionally did this. This whole story comes down to this. I intentionally did not take taxes out of my unemployment because I knew that I was going to have expenses for business and it would all kind of converge into the middle. And I didn't want the taxes taken from the unemployment to affect, like, I wanted to make sure that my expenses and everything. So anyway,
Did you tell them when you were getting it that like, hey, you want the taxes taken out before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. You can like tell them and say, hey, we're, don't take the taxes out or do take the taxes out. And most people take the taxes out. I prefer to mess up on my taxes versus the IRS messing up on my taxes. So that's kind of what I chose to do. So it wasn't a surprise that I owe a lot of money this year, but I also like it's just like the most money I've made.
Yeah.
In 8 years.
That's a hard conundrum because you were affected. And
and I just want to tell people that the most money I've made in 8 years was $28,000.
Are you talking about profit or just sales?
Profit.
I made more than that last year.
I know.
But I don't pay myself for anything, so.
Yeah, no, I mean like the most like money that I've made, profit that's taxable has been.
Yeah.
I've kept very clean, even books all the way through intentionally, as I've said many times on this podcast. But the fact that $28,000, guys.
Oh, a bunch.
One time, this accountant lady. This is another side note. This accountant lady came and looked at my books, and like my personal expenses in my books was $20,000 for an entire year that I like pulled out as cash, like to pay myself with was 20,000. She looked at me. She's like, "How the hell do you live off of $20,000?" And I was like, I don't know.
Well, you trade a bunch. You were trading a bunch and bartering a bunch with your like trading pots for food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Small town.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my life story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Before we get into the stuff, we wanted to mention reviews. We looked at our reviews. We look at our reviews like every couple of weeks or something, or at least I do. I don't know about you. We haven't had a new one that I see. Maybe it's outside the U.S. and I can't see it, but we haven't got a new one since January 6th. So we wanted to. Unacceptable.
Anyway.
Right. So if you're willing to write a review on whatever platform of your choosing, screenshot it. What do we want them to send it to us on Instagram?
Yeah, send it to us on Instagram or email or whatever, and include your address.
And we will mail you a
sticker.
Random sticker. So Becca did a bunch of sketches of stickers and graphics for stickers last year. There were a random assortment. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a Wheel Talk sticker. It could be a Wheel Talk sticker. It could be 2 stickers. But yeah, let us know when you write one. Screenshot it, send it to us. We will appreciate it. We will read it, and we'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, it'll be a big sticker, not a small sticker, by the way. Like one of the ones that is like a pottery sticker. And it won't be a lame one either. But I don't think any of them are lame. Like, I personally don't understand why nobody has gotten the water bucket sticker. That's my favorite one. I have it on my computer. Like, it's so 90s classic. I don't get it. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, we'll send you a sticker. It could be a Wheel Talk sticker or a regular sticker. And if you've already done a review, do it again. Or have your friend do it and then screenshot theirs and get the sticker. But don't tell them about the sticker and just take it for yourself. We're fine with that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And don't just screenshot a random review that's already out there. Like
we know. We've read them all.
This is Wednesday, April 21st. We're only looking for reviews after that.
We're getting all particular. This is Wednesday, April 21st.
Don't try to trick us, okay?
Hey, it's 4/21/21.
It is. All right, onward. Listener question?
Listener question. Okay, the listener question I chose is, good morning. It's actually evening, but it will be morning when you're listening to this, maybe. So I'm doing some glazing, and recently I've been doing liner glazes on my things. Any advice on stopping the air bubble pop of glaze when you're dipping? I've tried going slow, angled slightly, but I still get that annoying pop of glaze in my liner. Passionate Arts and Crafts.
So I assume they're just talking about when they dip the outside, they get a little bit bubbled into the inside.
Right. So, okay. So for anybody not understanding what we're talking about, a liner glaze is when you put a sorry, I had to burp. Anytime you put a lighter color or whatever color glaze on the inside, and then you're putting a different color glaze on the outside. So, in my okay, how would you?
First off, what would you recommend the order of operations here when they're doing a liner glaze and outside glaze? Typically, I do inside first, and then
That's how I do it too. I've heard from like fancy people that you should always do the outside first. I don't understand that. I think it's because if you do the inside, then the moisture is moving to the outside, and you're not going to soak up as much glazes on the outside. Yeah.
I typically do it based on like which color, because I usually use 2 different colors. I'm not doing the same color inside and outside completely, so there's certain colors that look better when they're underneath other colors, so that's usually how I dictate it. But in general, inside first, outside second for me.
Me too. So we're gonna go with that premise: inside first, outside second. Now, here's the thing. There's questions on how you're doing the rim. So on your liner glaze, are you overlapping just a smidge on the rim on the outside? Because if that's happening, what I would recommend is instead of dipping it down with holding the bottom of the cup, you should be putting your hand on the inside of the cup and dipping it down to the rim.
On the outside. So you're not actually capturing anything on the inside because it's bottom down.
Right. So no air is captured. Now, I will say though, with the bubble pop, the reason it's popping is because your hand is moving slightly and you've caught air inside. So, same situation when you're popping up glazes and trying to get the glaze on the inside. But yeah, that's why it's popping, is because your hand is moving just a smidge. You're maybe not intentionally knowing that it's happening, but there's an angle.
As you're dipping in, and then it's just agitated when you get it down to the.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. Like if you do it with a cup of water, a clear cup and some water, and push it down and watch what's happening. Like the pressure, and if you change and move your hand ever so slightly, air is going to get trapped in there. Like the air's trying to release,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so try to keep it as parallel to the water line as possible.
Right.
And dip straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that because even the slightest angle, the air that's already under there is escaping, so it's like displacing glaze inside as you.
Yeah, but
movement.
I think that I would almost always recommend doing it the other way, putting your hand on the inside, scooting out your fingers so you're holding it, and then going down up to the rim. And then if you have to cover anything, then you can, and that's great too, because then you can just wipe off the bottom, set it on a table, and then you can go back if you're once they're dry. And if you do need to get the rim just a little bit, then you can just pop the rim just a tiny bit, and then you're not dealing with that air disbursement.
Just dip that little bit of the rim. Yeah.
What do you think?
I've tried the hand inside. The only negative is if you've already glazed the inside, it's a little bit awkward with the glaze already on the inside. If I do the hand on the inside, I would rather do the outside first because it's bisqued and it's like nicer.
You can't do that because then when you pour it out, if you pour it out,
it's gonna dribble.
You mess up, it's gonna drip. You just have to wait till it's dry, and don't wear rings.
I like to use the blue thin gloves too, just because it's just so much easier to clean your hands off, and I don't like the chalky texture of the glaze on my hands and stuff, especially after a lot of glazing. And I know it does.
It dries your hands out so much.
Yeah, if it's a simple glaze job, I will not wax the bottom, and I do the whole dipping upside down thing.
Yeah.
So try to be conscious of how you're dipping it. Keep it as parallel to the thing as possible, and don't move it around. Like there's no reason to move it around because if you dip it straight down, it's going to get an even coating, and then just pull it out.
Yeah, you shouldn't be moving around your pieces in your glazes anyway. This could be a myth that maybe I don't understand, but it makes sense to me in physics.
Unless you're trying to do that, like popping the glaze, where you're doing the outside and moving it around, and then like popping it inside. Like I
Yeah.
still have to figure that out exactly, but then you
That's
can
funny.
be
I was
moving.
doing that
But
with some glasses that I'm making for somebody, and the girls were glazing today at work, like yesterday. And they're like, "How do you like?" They're like, "I still can't figure out how to do that." And I was like, "Well, we'll have a tutorial sometime soon." But yeah, you shouldn't be moving around your pieces in the glaze anyway. If you want the particles to stick to the piece, it's absorbing the glaze regardless. Moving the piece around in the glaze is not going to attach more glaze particle to your piece. Actually sticking it in and holding it there will let them kind of like scoot to your piece even a little bit more. That's what I was told and what I believe. But
yep.
cool.
All right. Do we want to try our new segment? We're already at 26 minutes. Do we try that today?
Yeah, because we've already talked about pottery. It's fine.
All right. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
So we're trying out this new segment. We'll see how it goes. We've got a few on the list here, and the segment came up because I was just thinking out loud. Not really thinking out loud because I was talking to myself, but we were interviewing somebody new, and I kind of wanted to put them on their heels and say, we do this segment on the podcast called "What Would You Do If?" in the scenario to see, like, do they actually listen to the podcast or do they not? And I just thought of it, and that's kind of how it came up. So the segment is, what would you do if some scenario happened? So these will be entertaining scenarios, holy shit scenarios, like everyday things that are teaching moments that you may have encountered, and it may be like a mistake and you're trying to troubleshoot, or it could just be fun and entertaining for us to talk about. So, and feel free to send those to us because they're definitely going to be fun to talk about. So,
Yeah.
do you want to pick one?
Yeah, sure. And also I'm adding check marks next to these so we can check off which ones we've done.
Okay.
That way we don't repeat them.
Yeah. Well, we'll do them like the listener questions, and I'll put the episode number so we know to put them in the notes so people
Yeah,
know.
but can we also just check them off too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. Which one do you start with?
Okay, what would you do if actually I'm going to do the top one because I always wonder this. Like always. What would you do if your lid collapsed into the kiln during a firing? We'll preface this at 2,000 degrees.
Okay, so this is a glaze firing.
This is a glaze firing.
Your kiln is probably in your house. If it's like my kiln. First I'm gonna like yell out, "Holy shit!" Hopefully I'm there when it happens and hear a big crash or something to signal that something is happening. I would, well, first off, I don't have an extinguisher right next to my kiln. I probably should, but I would get the one under the sink and have that nearby. I wouldn't think anything would be on fire, but it would be very fucking hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any ceramic blanket. I think I would turn the kiln off, obviously, see if I can unplug it out of the wall. And I don't have a shelf big enough to cover it. I would probably put, I don't know. I was thinking about, like, do I put, actually a good option might be putting some kiln posts on the edge of the kiln lid to, like, elevate and try to put some, like, extra shelves that I have, like, on top of it that are kiln shelves to kind of absorb some of the heat so it doesn't disperse into the room. That's kind of my thought. I don't know that I would, like, fire extinguisher this thing because I don't know that that's really going to cool it down much when it's already 2,000 degrees. Probably
I'm really enjoying this process.
Open the doors to my basement kiln room so that it's like not getting so hot in this room and the air can cool down. I would definitely
get the fuck out, Ryan.
I don't know. I mean, my kiln is clear, so there's nothing vertically above it. I mean, I would probably need to take the fan off the ceiling right above it. I don't know. I mean, I would definitely probably call the fire department. I don't know. What would you do?
Okay.
What situation is your kiln in? Are you at your old studio and this
We'll
happens, or are you
pretend
at?
I'm at the old. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because it's two different scenarios.
Mine is like in my home, in
If
my
I
basement.
was in my own house, you bet your bottom dollar I'd just leave. I would leave. I would potentially grab my social security card on the way out, and I'd probably walk away.
But you wouldn't try to do anything to try to
No.
save your home?
No, I want that fucker to burn down so I can
But
get
is it
insurance money.
given that
No,
you
but that
are
was my old
insured
house that was
for
really
stuff
old.
that
What?
you're given that you're insured for having a business in your home and all this stuff?
Yeah. No. Um,
But isn't it gonna think about it, like isn't it gonna be contained within that like kiln, you know?
yeah, I think that this is a good question to ask. I don't really know the answer, but I think that it's good to talk about and to um to be prepared for. Like, I don't really know the answer per se, but I think that I would probably if a kiln lid collapsed, I would most likely not an oval. We're not going with the oval kiln for now, but if it was like my, 1027, I'd probably get as many shelves as I could find and put them on top just
Yeah.
super quickly and just let it be. Like, you can't do anything. Obviously unplug it, like,
Yeah.
or flip the breakers, flip all the
Breaker.
breakers.
It's a good, yeah. Because getting to the plug behind a kiln that's exposed, like that's probably gonna be tough.
Yeah. Obviously unplug it, and then I might. Yeah, I mean
Would you
that's
like would it benefit to like spray the shelves once they're up there with like a fire extinguisher to like super cool them quickly? Or
no.
try to?
I mean, obviously you've unplugged it at this point, so there's no like, but
It's
you
not
don't
gonna
want to
go
like,
higher.
combust anything, right? So people are probably yelling at us right now. So don't
I
review us on this part.
don't know. Would you call the fire department?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'd call the fire department.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, the